There's a relatively new game on Roblox titled Anime Final Quest. This game involves you rolling for a weapon, which is some sort of ability tied to a character from a variety of anime, and then battling others with said weapon/ability. This game, despite having almost 5,000 players active at the moment, seems to be of such high quality. However, this high quality, I believe, comes with a simple explanation, and that is that this game was made with AI assistance or entirely with AI. I have proof that this game was made with AI, as well as someone with ties to either the Discord server moderation or the developers themselves denying this fact. May I point to you the description of two abilities, those being King of Curses and Umbrella. For the King of Curses description, it states, quote unquote, a relic of pure domination. It unleashes burning fire arrows, splits reality with world-cutting slashes, and ends enemies in a ruthless cleave dance. At full power, its domain expansion consumes the battlefield, leaving no enemy alive. The next one is the Umbrella's description. The Umbrella, a weapon of elegance and chaos. It slices through wind and foes alike, leaping with fierce power and striking in rapid succession, overwhelming the battlefield with relentless precision. As you can see, these descriptions these descriptions were entirely made with AI according to GPT-0. May I now point you to the screenshot evidence that I have that these two were made with AI. This is the first screenshot that I have to show everyone. It contains the descriptions that I had already stated and says that it was entirely made with AI. And if this wasn't enough to concern you, it looks AI as well. You barely need GPT-0 to see that they were made with AI. Now, onto the screenshots where it shows everything else. It's people on the staff team denying this fact. In this screenshot, I ask, is AI involved in this game's making? When looking at the descriptions of certain weapons, especially King of Curses, the descriptions look like they were written with AI. The first person responding is a person named Glorious LeBron. They respond with, no. And, well, if it was, they wouldn't admit it. The next two responses are where things get interesting. The first response from someone else is from someone named Akira-san. This person has two roles that could lead me to believe that they are affiliated with the game or the staff team on the Discord. These roles are Senior Helper as well as Question Helper. They respond with a simple nope. The next response is from someone named Goto, I don't know. But they respond with the exact same thing. I would like to point out that despite them responding with the exact same thing, they both have the role of Question Helper. This means, well, it could mean two things. You see, I don't know anything about the server and its inner workings. I don't know if they're affiliated with the developers and staff team. If they are, it is likely that, well, this is purely speculation. It could easily just be them having similar speech patterns, but it could mean that the dev team knew someone might ask and already had a pre-written response to anyone questioning whether or not AI was involved. With the shortness of the response and the lack of information it really gives you besides a simple denial, you can't work with it. You can't use it to your advantage, had you been planning to. Now, the next couple of screenshots I'm going to show you are extensions on these responses, in which the question helper, Goto, continued the conversation, whereas the senior helper did not. As well as proof that these two have affiliations. I had kept everything on a Google Doc, as to make things easier for me to see. As you can see in the first two screenshots, these people have question helper, and then the next person has senior helper and question helper as well. Now, I had already shown you the first screenshot, but here's the next one. Are you absolutely sure? When putting King of Curses description to GPT-0, which checks if it is AI or not, it comes out as 100% AI. The question helper asks, which description do you mean? I say, the description below the name for when you roll it in the weapons area, as that's where I found it. He responds with, oh no, it shouldn't be AI. But I did not get a screenshot of this, but he does say that he didn't do it. I ask, oh, no, I did get a screenshot, it's right there. I say I can DM you with screenshots of proof that it very well be AI. And I also say, do you know who did? He says, nope. The exact same thing as earlier. Very interesting. However, also unfortunate that he doesn't know who did. But as you can see, the Goto person denies it and doesn't respond to my offer for screenshot proof. He also claims that he didn't do it, which I already talked about and assumed, seeing as he doesn't have any roles besides question helper. I hope this short, albeit informational video/video essay/script can allow everyone to know what Anime Final Quest could be hiding, and if the dev team wishes to change, I hope that whoever is responsible is singled out and fired for their use of AI. I bid everyone a good day.